Right, morning everybody. Welcome to the first day of February. This is the start of the end of the year, I guess. It's happening. Remember, you're all planning your summer holidays and your December break. Well, now you can plan your next one. So today we're going to have a very short meeting. I just wanted to discuss this issue of commissions and discounted commissions. And well, that's what I want to discuss. So let's start. The first thing that occurs to me is that in the old Act, where I spoke about commissions, and in the new Property Practitioners Act, or the new Property Practitioner, they talk about professional fees. Now, this is a fantastic break from what we are used to talking about. I mean, forever and a day, it's been commission that we earned. Now, commission in my mind implies a payment on a price. Okay, so if you get a commission, it implies that it's a percentage of something. So our whole mindset and the mindset of our clients is around this percentage of the price. That means that the price is everything. The price is what you get your commission on. You understand? So it makes sense. So if you get 100,000 Rand for a property, you get 10%. Well, you get 1,000 Rand. If you get 1,000,000 Rand, you get 10,000 Rand, or whatever the numbers are. So that link is very, very well entrenched in South Africa. But it's up to you guys to break this now. So the new Property Practitioners Act talks about a professional fee. So what is the difference between a professional fee and a commission? Does anybody know? Huh? No, I know. I know, I'll tell you. Okay, so the difference between a professional fee and a commission is that a professional fee is the price one pays for a professional service. Okay, there's a subtle difference. So the professional fee is a price you pay for a professional service. It's not dependent on the outcome. So think about it. You go to your doctor with a sore tooth, or your dentist. You say, listen, I've got a broken tooth here, but before you touch me, I want to know what it's going to cost. He says, well, my fees are as such. I charge you 200 Rand for the first 10 minutes. Then I charge you 800 Rand for an hour. And because it's a broken tooth, it's anesthetic, it's broken down. That's my professional fee. It's going to come to about 1,500 Rand plus consumables. Then when he fixes your tooth and you walk out and it's still sore, he doesn't discount his fee. He doesn't say, oh, well, I didn't do a good job. You pay for what you paid for his professional service. The outcome is actually irrelevant. And this is the same as, and a very good place to do this is for an attorney. So when you get accused of stealing your brother's chickens and you go to court and you hire a professional lawyer who charges a professional fee, you say up front, listen, what are you going to charge me? He says, no, my rate is 300 Rand an hour. And you go to court and you lose hands down because he's a rubbish attorney. You pay the fee. He doesn't say, oh, sorry, because I lost. I said I'd get you off, but you only got a suspended sentence. Therefore, I'm going to discount my fee by 50% because I only got half of what I said. It doesn't work like that in a professional fee. A professional fee is the fee that you pay for consulting a professional. You need to get it into your heads. You guys are professional. It's a much better way of looking at income from you guys than talking about a percentage of the commission. Because as soon as it's a percentage of the commission, a commission is a percentage of the price. Then when you don't get the price, the guy says, oh, you must discount your commission now because you didn't get what you priced. They conveniently forget that because the price is less, your commission is automatically discounted because it's a percentage of price. That doesn't work like that. No. We must talk about what your commission is. So when you talk about these things, please talk about a professional fee rather than a commission, as you are obliged to by the new Act. Okay. So it's not up to you anymore. You have to say it. Okay, so why am I talking about this? Well, I think Christelle showed me a letter, or somebody who's put a letter out there saying that we discount our commissions and we only charge 3.5%, send me your house for sale. Now, that is a very tempting thing to see. And when I see it in the market, I get, it makes me anxious because now I see, everybody's going to go to this person Everybody's going to go to this flipping person for 3.5%. I'm going to never sell a house again. The reality doesn't actually work like that. So it's a very dangerous precedent to put out there. And the reason is very simple. As I've just spoken about professional fees, if you had an attorney, let's say you had a legal problem, these chickens things won't go away, and you still in some more chickens. Now you want to get an attorney, so you open up the Facebook and you look. Okay, I'm looking for an attorney to defend me against my brother, and you get Cully van Bedar, a well-renowned attorney in Bronkhorstspruit, and Cully is available, and his fees are 5,000 Rand per day. And then you get Mikey van Tonder, and Mikey van Tonder has a special on discounted fees, 1,000 Rand. Like, who are you going to pick? You know what I mean? I'm not so sure that you're going to pick the discounted fee guy, because it's actually not about price, because this is your second offense. Remember, you've stolen chickens before. Now you're going to go to jail. This is no longer a fine. Eh? Now you're going to go to jail. So now you must decide, are you going to pick Maki or Kali? Discount Bob or the guy who's charging for his service? And when you ask him for a discount, he's going to say, my friend, I don't discount my fees. What I can maybe do for you is discount the consumables. So I won't print the documents, I'll email it. I'll do that. But my fees are my fees. You're paying for my professional advice. It's a far more sensible way of doing it. Okay. So and I honestly believe that people out in the market are not, well, it's not my belief, it's the actual fact. If it was true that discounting fees up front made a difference, none of you would have a job. You'd all be operating at 3%, 3.5%, because those guys have been in the market for a long time. The 3.5% guys have been there for a long time. And when they first came out, I thought, oh my word, we are going to cut our comms. The comms haven't changed. And remember, the commissions in South Africa, the percentage is actually going up. It's going up. Please remember this. So it doesn't matter what you think is happening in your neighborhood. It's the fact of the whole country, though, the commission percentage is actually going up, not down. And now when I say going up, it's going from something like 5.2 to 5.3. I'm not saying it's going from 5 to 10. That's not what we're talking about. But it's not the steep decline because of these clowns that advertise at 3% and 1%. It's just ridiculous. Okay, so it is a very difficult, a dangerous precedent you set. Why? Because it doesn't reflect on the price. It's not about price anymore. You are directly affecting your professional outlook, your professional persona. You're diminishing your value up front. So you're saying to everybody, I am Discount Bob. I'm prepared to work at any money. What does that actually say? It means I'm not convinced I'm a professional and I will just do it for money. I don't care what happens. It's very, very, very dangerous precedent to set that. So I would be careful. I would say to you, be careful of reacting to it. So in the market that you're in, when people do that, I wouldn't react to it. I would continue talking about professional fees and what you would do for the clients, rather than trying to match something like that. Because trying to match that is a never-ending failure. And I suppose the only analogy I can give is there's an economic truth. There's something called chaos economics. Look it up if you're interested. But anyway, there's an economic truth about sort of supply and demand. And I think a good way to look at it is if you're driving down a highway, as I do. So I drive and you're stuck in traffic. Now you're stuck in the middle lane. There's a busy lane on the right. You can't get into that one. Your lane is bumper to bumper. And on the left lane, it's suddenly empty. Okay, now you've got a decision to make. If I go into that empty lane, I think I'll get there quicker. So now you're going, yeah, but if I go into the empty lane and I'm going to lose my spot in this lane, but I want to be in this lane. And you think, damn it, I'm going to go for it. And you into the open lane. And for 100 meters, you go past everybody. You go, yes, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And then boom, you stop. Why? Because everybody sees the empty lane and fills it up. Now you're stuck in the wrong lane because you actually want to be in the other lane. That's where you've got to turn off. So you've moved into the wrong lane for expedience and to get fast, but you didn't get fast because everybody saw this opportunity. And I feel like that's what these people are doing. So if you start discounting commissions up front, when you start talking about, I'm the discount guy, 50% off, the market will naturally follow that. And all of a sudden, everybody will be stuck at 3.5%. So congratulations to you guys, because you aren't reacting like that, and we haven't. Most property professionals do not react to these clowns who say, oh, I'll do it for 2% upfront. Don't worry about the amount of work, because it's not a realistic thing, and people understand. Once you've pegged yourself at that value, once you put yourself into a suburb as the 2% guy, you flip it. Bro, you are never going to convince somebody that suddenly you've got cleverer and your services got better and suddenly you like a professional. It's the wrong way around. Don't link a percentage to the price, and definitely don't tell people that you'll discount up front. It's just not the right thing to do. Okay. So how do we do this then? How do you discount fees? So what am I saying? That you walk away from a deal if it's not 5.5 or 7%? That's not what I'm saying at all. Okay, so this is where you got to use your brains now. And you guys, by definition, in terms of the act, are now professional property practitioners, okay, or candidate property practitioners. Very posh. I'm very impressed with you all being professional property practitioners. Now, given your new status as professional property practitioners, I think that you need to start acting like it. And what I mean by that means that you don't discount your fees up front, because nobody does that who's a realistic guy. I've never seen an advert or discussion of Chris Barnard, world-renowned heart surgeon, 50% off on Wednesdays. That's not what Chris Barnard does. Chris Barnard says, you're going to come to me, you pay my price, and you take my professional advice and you pay for it. Why? Because that's the right way to do it. Because he's Chris Barnard, he's got the knowledge. You've got the house. You've got the skills. You've got everything it takes to sell the house. Why would you discount your things? Not up front, that's for sure. Okay, so what am I trying to get to? Well, I'm trying to get to that you can negotiate fees, but you do it by negotiation. Okay, so you sit down with your clients, or you phone a client, you say, listen, I'd like to sell your house. And they say, yeah, I've got another agent involved. I don't mind you selling it. And they're going to ask you, what comp do you charge? Well, I normally charge 5.5% or 7%, whatever your professional fees are. And you tell the guy, and he goes, ooh, that sounds a lot. You know, I've got these other guys that are at 5%. You don't say, well, stick it then. I'm not interested in your business. I'm a professional and you don't darken my doorway and I'm walking away. Well, I mean, you can say that. And some people do say that. And it's proper because they are the property professionals in their area and they are working for a specific reason at a specific rate, and they wouldn't break that for one-off. That's correct. But what you would do is then negotiate with your client. Why? Because you now are a property professional and you are in a position to negotiate your fee. And that now we're going down a whole rabbit hole of how you do that. My position is, well, my fee is a professional fee for what I do. So if I have to take you less, what can I do less? So, you know, I'm not going to put you on the interwebs. I'm not going to do show days. That's a whole strategy for accepting a lower commission. Because why? Because you can't get paid less and do the same amount of work. It doesn't make sense. That's a good way of explaining it to the clients. And they get the sense of, no, but I do want show days. Well, then you must pay my professional fee. Okay, so this is something that you get by experience, and I'll probably do a Thursday training session on how to negotiate your commission if I can. But I think the bottom line is you never walk away from a payday. Okay, why? Because you work for a fee. Whether that fee is R1 or 100,000 Rand, you need the fee. Don't get hung up on the percentage. Okay, this is now, we're at a nexus here where if you weren't listening carefully, you'd be thinking, says, Anton, you're talking exactly what you said I shouldn't do. It's not true. I'm saying you call yourself a professional, you charge a professional fee, and you don't discount it up front. You don't give it away easily. You sit in front of your clients, you look them in the eyes, and you discuss your fee now. And there is a place where even my dentist said, I said, he wanted to fix my tooth, and he gave me a quote for 13,000 Rand. So a couple of minutes later, when they had resuscitated me, he said, he won't charge you for the resuscitation and the gas, but we are going to charge you for your tooth, but we will do it for a little bit less because you're a good out, and maybe I can do this and I won't do that. And, you know, we can do a deal and we're only charging you 8,000 Rand. And then we had the whole resuscitation thing again, and we got it down to 6. Okay. So you can do it, but what he didn't say was up front, come to me, I will discount my fee. So just get it right in your minds. So you don't walk away from paydays. And then I heard one of the agents say, yeah, but then you correct on the commission and I lose my money. Well, that's a very, I don't know, to be polite, a very simplistic way of looking at it. Because remember, you're talking about a fee. So if I correct for my fee, it's because you are negotiating your fee. You're not negotiating my fee. My fee is to you. Okay, just understand, I am charging you for a service to be partners in our group and to do all the things that I do. I'm not, my fee isn't dependent on your client and you and your client getting to an arrangement. So my relationship is with you. Okay, so if Malcolm wants to cut his commission to R1 because the Oak's his buddy, that's fine, but he can't negotiate my fee. So I'm still going to get my 20% on 5.5. And Malcolm knows that, and he's happy to do that, because he knows that I have to get paid just like he has to get paid. So if you break that cycle, so he's not losing money to me, he's paying me my fee, and I've got a professional fee. And if you don't think I'm a professional property practitioner, then you must come and talk to me, because I think I am professional, and I think I offer a good service, and I think that what I give you is right up there with the top certainly in Johannesburg, if not the world, and the greatest spiral arm of the outer Milky Way. So that's my position. And if you want to negotiate with me, you're going to have to come and talk to me. So don't walk away, and accept the correction. And there's two ways to look at the correction: is I'm losing money, which I say is stupid, or it's just the fee the guy charges. Anton charges a fee for me to do business under the banner of Property Eco's Heritage. And so I accepted the fee, and I'm getting the bulk of the money. I'm getting 80%. He's only getting 20%. So for him to correct, it seems to be a fair deal in my estimation. Now, you know, you could say, but, you know, the correction's unfair and blah, blah, blah. And like I said, I don't think that's a clever way of looking at it, because everybody corrects. Steve, Pam Golding, Chaz Everett, they all correct at either 5 or 6%. And if you don't believe me, ask anybody who works for them, because it's a fact. And I've got a better one for you. Keller Williams, you know how they correct? They don't correct on 5.5% and take a couple of rand more. If you're on an 80-20 and you don't get 5.5, you go down to a 50-50. Now that is a massive correction. That is really like gouging, I think. You know, that's quite a big correction for something that you, because they're not prepared to negotiate their fee, I suppose. So let me remember that in the property COSA model, at an 80-20 level, you're the agent, and you are the one that determines your fee. You never determine my fee. So just get that in your head, and you know what I'm going to get paid, and then you go into the negotiation. And if the guy says to you, listen, you can sell this house, but I'm only going to pay you 10,000 rand, you've got a decision to make. My answer is, in the past, when I was an agent, it's always been yes. I always said, okay, I'll do it. Why? Because if I said no, I wouldn't have got the deal. So you've got a decision to make. What I never said up front is, I'll do it for 10 grand. You negotiate with the guy until you can't anymore, and then you've got a decision. And when you're at that place where they say, take it or leave it, then you've got a decision to make. And I would say take it, because you're still in the market, you're still getting turnover, you're still getting sales, maybe you get a buyer who's got a place to sell. So I wouldn't walk away from the professional fee, even if it's negotiated to a ridiculously low level. And remember, you never pay in. At the worst case, it can be 50-50. You know, so if you went down to like 1% and you did the correction, you might owe me money. That's not true. That's never happened in the world, man. It always just goes down to 50-50, and it's all good. Okay, so you need to decide that the correction is really a cost of you earning your income, but it's not a loss of your money. Why is it not a loss of your money? Because you never had the money. You know, you can't say, if I did this deal, then in the future, I'm going to lose money. You can't lose money. You didn't have the money. It's the better way to look at it is, I've got a fee to pay. I've got to pay my rent to Anton, and the rent is going to be on a R1 million rand deal. I'll get 40,000 rand and Anton gets 10,000 rand is his rent. If I decide to do this job for 20,000 rand, Anton's still going to get his 10,000 rand rent. You can't change the rent because you've decided to discount your fee. Does that, I don't know if this makes sense. It looks like it makes sense to me. Okay, so all I'm saying is, don't get scared out there by these guys that are discounting up front. They haven't got traction in the market. And one of the big ones that did concern me was Lead Home. Remember, Lead Home hit the market at 24,999 rand. And I thought, wow, these guys, and their marketing is so good, man. They spent millions on marketing. They were everywhere. And I thought, whoa. this is a problem. And they suddenly, their boards came out, especially into the parks, because that's where in the area I lived. I just saw these boards after board after board. And I said to Linda, listen, come on, bro, you better, how do I compete with 24,000 Rand? We're at 5.5%. And on a 3 million Rand house, it's a staggering difference, an absolute staggering difference. What is the reality? Well, the reality is that they're not in the parks anymore, and they don't actually exist anymore at 24,000 Rand. Their model collapsed because it's unsustainable, and now they're actually at 5% comp. They're still advertising some tricky way of saying, oh, pay 25,000 Rand single fee, but it nets down. When you talk to them, it's 5%. Okay, which is quite interesting to me. And their model came from a UK-based model that had this flat rate, and their mother company, I think it was like Blue Horizon or something, that hit the wall in the UK, and their whole thing collapsed. Why? Because you can't, what they misunderstood about property is that people don't choose property practitioners for money. Okay, so you be very careful here. They don't choose property practitioners for money in the same way as they don't choose, people don't choose professionals based simply on money. Okay, you don't check your lawyer, your attorney or your doctor only on how much he costs. Most people don't do that. And they certainly, when it comes to the biggest asset, like a house or an investment, they don't say, who's the cheapest oak on the block? I'm going with him. Not for your biggest investment. Okay, you've got a much more chance of getting a referral than you have from just discounting price. People won't work. And we proved it the other day where an elderly couple were selling their property, and their daughter is an estate agent. And the daughter says to them, listen, I will do this for you for free. And who did they go with? Sunny. Why? Because Betty from Bol said that Sunny was a great agent and worked in our complex. And the daughters are going, oh my word, do you know the difference between 200,000 Rand and for free? No, it's not about the price, my lovey. It's not about the price, but the service. And Sunny's excellent. And you're not actually in this area. Sunny wins hands down because she got a good referral. She was uncompromising on her fees. And compared to zero, and I don't understand that, where people walk away from a zero and they're prepared to pay 200,000 Rand for another agent. But it happens all the time. Okay, so if there are amongst you that are battling with people in your area who are discounting fees, you need to talk to Linda or I, because I think there's a way to combat it. And it's all about this professional service and being a professional property broker. And you can write your own letter. Would you get a discount heart transplant? Would you get a discount attorney? Why on earth would you discount your professional fee to an estate agent with your biggest asset you've ever owned? For goodness sake, give me a call. Let's discuss this. I think it's a far better strategy than just saying, oh, I'll do it for like 10 grand. Whatever they're doing, I'll do it for less. Just give me the deal. When people say that to me, I get scared because they're desperate and they're not professional. Professionals don't do that. If you've dealt with an attorney, try and get a discount out of an attorney. Do it. I mean, it's ridiculous. You won't. Okay. So that's a very quick rundown on this. I just want to share the screen with you and show you what the impact is. Do you see that? I just want to show you what the impact is of this 5.5 monstrous correction. So what is this Anton's rent that I speak about? Well, if you have a look at this, on 1 million Rand, you can all see that, eh? So there's the sale price there of 1 million. Oh, there, 1 million Rand at 5.5. So the net commission for this, the professional fee, you can see I wrote this last year because it still says commission, but now it's professional fee because we're professionals. Remember? Professionals. Now the net professional fee here at 80/20 is 44,000 for you and 11 for the company. So your rent for doing this transaction is 11,000. Let's say that that guy says, no, man, I've got a whole lot of agents here and they're all working at 5%. Now what goes to your head is, but I'm going to lose now because there's a correction. Remember, I don't think it's like it. I think Anton's getting paid rent of 11. What can I still earn? Because Anton still gets his rent of 11. And all that you do is the corrected position is 39. So it actually, the amount that is different is 1,000 Rand. It's not like it's a staggering amount of money. And if you look at it like that, if you say I am losing 1,000 Rand, then you don't understand what you do for a living because you're not losing anything. You are earning 39,000 Rand. So in your head, the dissonance that you've got about, oh, I'm losing $1,000 and Anton's getting the money, Anton's getting his rent. I've paid my rent. It's the same as hiring a flat in Melrose Arch to impress your Borkie from Durban, and she's planning to come up for the weekend, and you've got a nice 4-bedroom apartment overlooking the square there, and you've paid your 10,000 rand for the weekend, and she doesn't pitch. And you only stayed there for 1 day. Now you go back to the landlord and say, hey, I didn't stay there for full time, give my money back. Is he going to say, my bro? In order for you to have the 4 days, I had to block it off for you. I had to do everything to prepare it for you. It is your place for 4 days. You don't get a discount if you move out for 2 days. It doesn't help me as the landlord. I've already committed. And that's the same thing. My rent is committed. I've got the people here. I've got the infrastructure. I cannot compromise. So I'm going on and on and on about this because I don't see why we should talk about it year after year. So the actual effect of a 5% correct, 0.5%, the 0.5% correction in your hands is zero in my head, because you're earning 39,000 rand. I still get my rent of 11, you get your 39. 39,000 rand is a lot of money. So please, guys, my thing is, you're professionals, you earn a professional fee. Link your production and your money to the professional fee. Don't talk about percentages on commission anymore. Rather call it a professional fee. The new offer to purchase has got professional fee written all over it. The practitioner's expert talks about professional fee. And yes, it is a percentage. But if you link commission, then people think, oh, well, if it's commission on an amount, then everything's about the amount. And if the amount changes, then you should be dropping commission, and you should be even dropping it more. That's not the way we operate. I'm a professional. It's a professional fee. Therefore, you pay me. Yes, it is linked to we calculate it using a percentage. Now, these are all, this is all like fancy talk for trying to justify how we get things. It sounds like that it's semantics, and it's all, you can be thinking, a cynical person would say, it's all nonsense, Anton. There's still a commission on a percentage of the amount. It is. Except if you say it like that, then you are linking them directly. If you say it's a professional fee and I'm earning a fee, yes, the fee is calculated on a percentage, but my fee is not earned by the amount of money. My fee is earned by the service I give you. And that's a lot different to an amount. The service I give you is the complete sale of the property and the transfer, not just the price I got. Because even if I got half the price you wanted, that is still a bloody good price. And I probably work much harder on it. In my estimation, if an estate agent gets like 200,000 rand less for a property, he should earn more money, because he's probably worked harder to convince you to take it, and the market was tough. You understand? If you get asking price, that's easy, because then everybody thinks it's a cheap one, and it's good, guys. Are there any questions? This is very simple stuff. It's just a mindset change. You guys are professionals. All right. Nothing. That's fantastic. Well done. Guys, we've got 3 competitions running. We've got Mandate Madness that's been launched for February. You're going to earn some money on your sole mandates. Well, remember about a sole mandate? Now that you property practitioners, professional property practitioners or candidate property practitioners, you have to attach a disclosure form to the sole mandate. This is a requirement of the Act. If you don't do that and there are defects that become apparent after the sale, you are personally liable. So you should start saving to rebuild somebody's foundations if you haven't added that little disclosure form. That's the one competition. There are 2 other initiatives coming out. One for Nedbank support. It's got a competition that we will send you more details of. And the last one is SA Home Loans. It's got a competition for supporting them. So if you want to know about home loans and bank support, you talk to Jenny, who will help you steer you in that direction, and she will try and get you all the incentives you can. And if you want to know about Mandate Madness, you just need to look at your WhatsApps, and I will send you some kind of update on that probably tomorrow, because now I have to go to the gym. Right, are there any questions about being a property practitioner or commission? It's so easy. Malcolm, are you here? On the count of 3.
1, 2, 3. Everybody,
go and sell some houses. Thank you, Malcolm.
Right. Yes.
Let me just shut this down. Thanks very much, guys. Have a lovely day.